Well, hello there, and welcome to the live stream. Sunderland versus Hull City, live from the Stadium of Light in Sunderland. Yes, we're playing Sunderland, second time within a month. And team that we've put out, it's an interesting one. So we'll rack through that in a second. We wait for everyone to join first. Hello, Benny G. The squad we have out is an instant loss. Well, I'd probably say it's one of the best squads that we could have put out considering the situation that we're in at the moment. I'll crack into the reason why I'm saying that in a minute. One of the main reasons is I don't think that Billy Sharp should start this game, considering they played quite a lot of time midweek. And then also, he's 37, whatever he is. He's pretty much ready to retire. Well, not ready to retire, but he's getting on. He's getting on. Care home worthy, some would say. Yes. Welcome all. So we will crack through the Hull City starting 11, shall we? So Ryan Alsop, spotting net as usual. You'd expect that. Apparently Ivor Panda has travelled with the squad to this game. Everything's ready for him to be officially announced. Just waiting on that international visa, which will probably come through within the next day or two. So we could expect Ivor Panda to be announced in the coming days. Louis Coyle right back. Hopefully he can keep Jack Clark in his pocket once again. Centre-back partnership of Greaves and Jones. Then left-back Matty Jacob. I was going to say Jason Lakila. I mean, he can play at left-back, but he'll probably do quite as naff of a job as he does wing. Then midfield-wise, we're a bit unsure. I can presume Doherty and Morton as that CDM partnership. And then you're looking at maybe Regan Slater in the middle with possibly Carvalho and Tufan as a striker partnership, and then Lakilo out wide, or maybe Slater out wide, having Lakilo through the centre, and then Tufan up top, or Carvalho up top, or something. You don't really know what's going to happen here in that sort of attacking area. We can only really wait and see until Rosinia puts the team out onto the pitch. But I've seen a few people putting Tufan at striker. I've seen a few people putting Carvalho at striker. So we'll wait and see on that front. Bench-wise, Ingram, McLaughlin, Aliar, Sharp, Vaughan, Smith, Green, Sellers Fleming, and Ian Ashby's son, Stan Ashby. So bench-wise, I think we're all right bench-wise. I mean, you've got Aliar Saibmanesh, who looks like he's going to stay with the squad for the rest of the season, just for the pure factor that that loan deal did fall through, and I think it fell through for the factor that Rosini wants to keep him because of all these injuries. McLaughlin, he put a fantastic shift in away at Birmingham midweek. Billy Sharp probably come on second half at some point to give a very, very good run out. Along with that, Vaughan, I mean, he did come against Sunderland last time we played them at the MKM Stadium. Didn't have too much time to have a run out, so I'd like to see him probably getting a few more minutes out here if it is needed. And then Andy Smith, he's a fantastic centre-back. He can come on and do his job if needed. Ollie Green, be interested to see what he does, because this will be, I think this is the first time he's been named on a team sheet since returning from Shelbourne. I think it was Shelbourne he went to. And he obviously did a fantastic job there. Sellers Fleming, doubt we'll see him today. I think he's just there on the bench to fill up numbers, considering he did play a full 90 minutes and looked knackered once the full 90 minutes were up in Birmingham. So, yeah, other than that, bench, I think it's probably the most solid of a team we could have put out, considering all of the injuries that we currently have going on in the squad, and also around the squad. I don't know what I was going with that. We'll crack through Sunderland's team, although I don't know too much about it. We can crack through it. Patterson and net, Sealt, Ballard, 09, Human, Neil, Ekwa, Pritchard, Job, that's Joe Bellingham, and Jack Clark, who apparently is going to tear us apart again as the chant goes. And then Russain, that's probably not how you pronounce his name, to round out, with their bench being Bishop, Pembele, Hemer, Burstow, Barr, Benete, Aouchichi, definitely not how you pronounce his name. Triantis and Rig. I've butchered half their names. I'm very sorry. That is Sunderland's squad. Of course, Sunderland have got a few injury problems at the moment for themselves. So I'm not 100% sure if that lineup out there is their sort of 100 strength. Yeah, it certainly isn't. Because, I mean, you look at some of the numbers, like they're playing a number 39 and people like that at starting role. You wouldn't presume that would be sort of a starting level squad. So, yeah. Other news to report on, obviously, the Tiger Plus special, the 30-minute special with Nicky Barmby has been released today, and I've given it a watch. It's a very, very nice little sort of one of the ones like Gary Neville does on Sky Sports sometimes, where he sits down and watches sort of a few games that were key to sort of his Hull City career, talks through some like behind the scenes stuff, which I think is quite interesting, especially the move for Nicky Barmby to come to Hull City. That was quite an interesting chat, and then also having a look at some highlight moments, talking about sort of that back-to-back promotion, then obviously the FA not the FA Cup final, the playoff final against Bristol City at Wembley. So yeah, highly recommend going and checking it out if you have a Tigers Plus subscription. So yeah. Transfer wise, I mean, we are looking a bit more tasty transfer wise, considering now we know the state that some of the injuries are in. Connolly is out for 3 to 6 weeks due to his shoulder injury, off the back of that horrendous foul from the Norwich player that ended up in a Norwich free kick because Connolly fouled him when he was fouled. I'm not going to go into it. So he's going to be out for 3 to 6 weeks. James Furlong has been announced that he's going to be out for 3 to 6 weeks due to picking up a knee or ankle, I can't remember what it was, in a contact injury against Birmingham in the midweek. Apparently picked up in the 20th minute and then played through that the entire game, having a fantastic game. So, I mean, fair play to the lad. Fair play to the lad. Other than that, there is no new injuries. But transfer-wise, I think Rizine is looking likely that he knows what he wants to do now with seeing the state of the squad at the moment and sort of knows what to play for. I think we are possibly looking for a striker, just for the factor that we're without a striker of such. I mean, we've got Billy Sharp, but I mean, he's 37. He's getting on. He's not going to be able to start as we've seen. So I think Rosinia is in a good position. Obviously, looking for. He said we're close with a winger that isn't Manuel Benson of Burnley. So I think that deal's fallen through. Unsure on who that winger is, but hopefully it's a quality player that can possibly take over the reins of Lakilo, because then we'll have Philogene back for the Millwall game, which is our next game, and things will be looking lovely. What's Hull City just posted? 250 regular league matches for our captain this evening. So 250 just league matches. Okay. Well done, Louis Coyle. Ricky, Benny, can't face. It's going to be such a painful watch. I have faith. Of course, last season it was that 4-4 draw. And I mean, then we were playing without a striker, weren't we? I believe it was Tufad up top in that game. But obviously both sides are looking a little bit different coming into this one. Of course, it is even a different Hull City side to this one that played them just under a month ago. I mean, we've got Fabio Carvalho in, and we had Matt Ingram in net, and so we've got Al Zoppin, which is arguably the better keeper, of course, considering Matt Ingram's blunders midweek, if you've seen the replay of the Jay Stansfield goal. So, yeah. Hello there, Glimpse. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Sharp equals care home. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he can come on and put on a performance, maybe grab a goal. Yeah. I mean, I did predict him to score first in this game, so highly doubt that's going to happen unless we sort of see it being 0-0 to the 70th minute and he comes on and manages to grab a goal. Don't watch, just feel. I'm gonna feel myself to a 2-2 draw. Let me know what your predictions are ahead of this game. Of course, now seeing the lineup, I'm still gonna stick my 2-2 draw. Don't like changing my predictions, or I might have a revisit at half time if we're 4-0 down. Go for that 4-4 draw. So yeah, let me know. We are no, we're not. We're 18 minutes out from kickoff. Hopefully Clark doesn't tear us apart again. Well, I mean, hopefully not, because Coyle managed to keep him quiet until he got subbed off, and then Cyrus Christie just didn't defend him for that goal earlier on in the season. Well, I say earlier on in the season, less than a month ago. So yeah, hopefully Coyle is on a good one. Is on a good one tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, I'll be interested to see sort of where we lay up attacking wise for this game. Obviously, it probably will change throughout the course of the game with not having a proper striker. Tends to happen under Rosini. If we look at, we look at the state we were in at the end of last season, we didn't have a striker, and I mean, we probably had through the course of a game we had wingers going into strike. We had Ryan Longman playing striker at the back end of last season. So yeah. Benny, I want Oscar back. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we do want Oscar back. He hasn't really. Well, I mean, he's picked up an injury, hasn't he, at Mets? So I think he's played 1 or 2 games, not scored or anything for them. So I don't think it would be the right sort of decision to bring him back, especially with not having played much game time this season. I think it would be a hindrance rather than a progression sort of thing. My Sunderland vlog got 8k views earlier this season. I know yours did well, I guess. Sunderland have a big fan base. Apparently, I've heard that Sunderland do have a big fan base. I mean, one of the biggest stadiums in the Championship, one of the highest selling stadiums in the Championship. So, yeah, but well done, my friend. Well done on the 8k views. You've made 3 predictions in 3 minutes, and none have come true. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ricky. 3 predictions in 3 minutes and none have come true. I'm not sure. Personally, I know he hasn't had any games this season, but he could still score some. Yeah. I mean, if he was fit and he maybe played the odd game for Mets or the odd bench appearance, I could possibly see him getting recalled and getting chucked even onto the bench for City, and maybe taking up a role of coming on 60th minute to see out a game or grab a goal to help see out the game. I could possibly see that. Hello, Luca AFC. Welcome to the stream. I am okay. I hope that you are too, my friend, as we are 15 minutes out from Sunderland versus Hull City at the Stadium of Light. Oh, yes. Of course, this being the final game before the transfer deadline for Hull City, because we don't play again until the 2nd of February, Millwall at home. So it's going to be fun. I can see us scoring first, maybe Carvalho, but we'll lose 4-1. Yeah, you can possibly see that. I'd be happy though if we score first. I'd be happy with a goal in this game. And Carvalho to grab a goal, his first Hull City goal, would be fantastic. Give him something to sort of push on for when Philigine's back, when he's got that sort of help there that he needs, and possibly whoever we bring in the remaining part of this transfer window. I think it'll be some nice stuff. Silverware, we don't care. We're plagued with injuries everywhere. There we go. Get it into the north stand. That chant. Get it into the north stand. Yeah. The injury case isn't looking too favourable, and I think the main factor is we've had injury bouts before, but this time it is literally every key player, bar Carvalho, who's only played 1 game. it's been all of the key players who've been the contributors this season, who've been the sort of the decision makers. They've been the defining factor in why we've won games and why we haven't now, which is it's a big one. After Sunderland, we have Millwall, Swansea, Huddersfield, and Rotherham. Yeah, it's a nice run of form that to ease Philogene back in, but then also to help sort of rebuild that momentum that we had up until start of December. Because I mean, looking up to the start of December was what, top 6, weren't we? And then December hit, and we we decided to just refuse to play football. That's it. Benny missing Seri big time. Yes, Seri is a big miss. And what's annoying me is he hasn't played a minute yet in AFCON. So I don't know. I don't know on that one, because obviously he got pulled out a game early as well. Like we asked him to stay for the Sheffield Wednesday game, which possibly could have meant something, like we could have grabbed even a draw or a win at that game with that Morton falsely accused red card. And you're looking at a completely different situation there. So if Seri doesn't play a full minute in AFCON, I will be fuming. I will be beyond fuming. So yeah, hopefully not. I thought Lakilo was off ski. Was off ski? Oh, off, away from the club. Yes. I haven't heard this. Like an official sort of setting. So I don't know. I can see why people are saying that, but I think Rosina likes him enough and sees something in him before shipping him off. The back four will thread through plenty of final third link-up through balls for Tufan to poach, and Carvalho easily takes on the DCM. Yeah, I can imagine sort of a partnership of Carvalho and Tufan would work quite nicely in this game. Just because, I mean, Tufan last season he loved scoring at Stadium Light, didn't he? I think that this is sort of the game where we're looking at just a few players to make man of the match performances, and it will benefit us, and we could possibly grab a result just through that. We're not looking for the entire squad to put out a stellar performance unless Sunderland bring their A game with their entire starting 11. But it's just them fine margins that we're looking at this point. Can you say the first 11? Yes, I can. So, Alsop in net. The fullbacks are Louis Corral, Matty Jacob. The centre-back partnership of Jacob Greaves and Alfie Jones. It looks like defensive midfield will be Morton and Doherty, with in front of that Slater, Lakilo, Tufan and Carvalho. I have got it to the side of me, just there, with the substitutions underneath. Sunderland's 11 and substitutions just there. 2-1 Hull City win, 100%. I will be very, very happy with a 2-1 win. I will be beyond happy with a 2-1 win here. And of course, a 2-1 win, that will send us back into playoffs, I believe. I believe we're only 1 point off the playoffs. Just double check that. We're currently sitting in 9th, 39 points. And Coventry, yes, sitting in 6th with 40 points. Of course, they don't play till tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, they don't play. They play tomorrow against Sheffield Wednesday. So possibly that's a 3 points for them. Of course, who knows? You can lose to Sheffield Wednesday. That's allowed. It's allowed. So yeah, we could possibly see ourselves go up to top 6. Similar thing for Sunderland, of course. They've got 1 point better of us. They're only just sitting in 7th on goal difference. So yeah, all to play for in this game for both teams. Both teams looking for the 3 points rather than just the 1. Tufan has confidence and sublime goals over 20 games and will instill confidence to Fabio to run in. Yeah, I can see that. If we win, I'll be buzzing. I think we'll be beyond buzzing. I think we'll be at a new level of buzzing. Like, buzzing won't even be a thing anymore. We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be out of the screen. We'll be right up there. We'll be on the roof with our party poppers and our pints of Madry, and we'll be singing till the cows come home. Oh, whoa. And obviously, I haven't even mentioned yet, but news, well, not news, but today marks the 2-year anniversary of Ajun's takeover. So, I mean, if that's anything to go on for the game, we'll probably lose, considering we like to lose whenever we're on TV, and there's always a big little momentum to go behind the game. But 2 years, I mean, that's flown by, hasn't it? 2 years since that takeover when he came on. It was Blackburn Rovers at home, I believe, and we won. Was it 2-1? Or 2-0, something like that. And it was, I mean, that's crazy to say that's 2 years ago. I mean, that's just flown by. Shows what they say. Time flies by when you're having fun. And that's what they say, isn't it? If we win, I'm on the pitch. Oh, I'm there with you. I will drive to Sunderland. I'll do the 3-hour drive to Sunderland just to go on the pitch. It'll be like 2 a.m. I'll be on the pitch, probably getting arrested because I'm now trespassing. But all for the win. Sharp on at 68 minutes with Alia and Vaughan to add attacking for until the 90. The defence midfield will have a blinder tonight in passing control. Yeah, I think this is sort of a game that won't be won till later on. Just looking at both teams, not only Hull, but both teams. I remember the Blackburn game, it was class 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. I couldn't remember if it was 2-0 or 2-1. But yeah, Ajun coming on the pitch before the game with his scarf with the not the flares, but the fire machine. Yeah, it's just what a time. Alam's out and Ajun in. And I couldn't have picked a better man to take over from them vile Alums. Well, we are we're 6 minutes away from kickoff, so the teams should be making their way to the pitch very, very soon. So we'll get our last predictions in, as I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling more confident than I probably should be. But yeah. I mean, they're just now replaying Jack Clark's goal against us on Boxing Day, which is lovely. It's lovely jubbly, isn't it? Just lovely. But that won't be happening today. I mean, Jack Clark probably will score today because he just loves to do it. He did. Did he score twice? Twice in the last meeting? I'm not too sure. I think he scored twice. I think so. Tim, we're going for a 2-2 draw. I predicted a 2-2 draw, so yeah, I'll take it. 3-1 to City. I'll take that even more, Ricky. I'll take that even more. 3-1 to City. I'll be loving life. So yeah, I mean, I'll take a 4-4 draw like it was last season. I'll take a 4-4 draw. I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw, full stop. It doesn't have to be a high scoring affair. I'll take a draw. I'll take a point from this game. I'm sure Sunderland won't, but I will. Oh. So yeah. Very tight, very tight. I mean, the run of form after this, as we were saying, will benefit us. I can see us even going on a 4-game winning streak, or even maybe picking up a draw, say at like Swansea or Huddersfield. I mean, we'll probably lose at Huddersfield 2-0 like we have done for the past 2 seasons. But yeah, I can see it being the run of form tells you, but with the fact that Philogene will be back, with Connolly not being too far away, Furlong not being too far away, Christie not being too far away, although he probably won't provide too much to the squad, and then obviously all the new arrivals that Rizzini is talking about, I think that run of form will either concluding 4 wins or like 12 points, or looking at 9-10 points. I think that'll be, and it'll be a big factor into the playoff push. Come on, City glimpse. Yes, yes, yes. If Lakilo scores in this game, I'll shave my head. Don't. I mean, he's currently on he's on fantastic record. He's scored 1 goal this week already. But I'm not joining you on that one. I'm not shaving my head, because knowing my luck, I'll say it and Lakilo will score. And it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it. I would take a 0-0. A point is a point. Yeah, I would take a 0-0. I think that this game will either be a high-scoring affair or a low-scoring affair, like a 0-0 or 1-0. It's just got that sort of feel around it, and the teams around it. We thrive as underdogs, and our form cannot get any worse. We will win the 12 points thereafter. Yeah, I mean, if we win today and then we win the 12 points after, that's 15 points out of 15 points from 15. So you're looking at, I mean, that's looking at title. That's looking at your title. We could be taking the title away from Leicester. I mean, they think they've run away with it, but who knows? Little old Hull with Fabio Carvalho and Ivor Panda, who's in the stadium today. Who knows? Oh. Rotherham easy, Swansea easier. I mean, yeah, of course, we do have to watch out at Rotherham. We do have to watch out at Rotherham, because they do have Big Tom Eaves, who I believe is still the second in the list of goals per minute in the Championship. I mean, he's only scored 2 goals, but those have come in 0.65 minutes play at 0.65 game. What? No, yeah. No, 1 goal per 0.65 games, because I mean he's played like 3 games, and 2 wins, 2 goals. Sorry, Jason Lakilo, he knows the place to go. Teams are coming onto the pitch now. Here we are, Hazel boys. That we are here. Come on, City. Hull City coming out in the all amber attire. Of course, the fully amber retro inspired track. So I've got the black one behind me, and then Sunderland, of course, donning the red and white stripes. So yeah, Sunderland's lineup just coming up on the screen now. It seems to be sort of a very similar, if not the same, format as when they played us not that long ago. Work permit for Panda still pending in it. Yeah, it literally will be announced within the next day or 2. It will be. If Ivor Panda if Ivor Panda isn't announced by Wednesday, I'll be fuming. And then on the graphic here, they're showing it a 4-3-3, with Carvalho up top and Tufan out wide. I can see it happening. But yeah, interesting. I will see once the players actually get into their positions. Shut up, Clark. Is that Jude? When did Jude move to Sunderland on loan? It's Jude Bellingham's little brother. Yeah, but I did meet Jude at the game when at the game at the MKM Stadium on Boxing Day. Met Jude before the game. Spilled the place for the Black Cats. Yep. But I mean, I don't think Jude will be there. I think he's back at Madrid. So yeah, Hull City in the all amber. Sunderland in the red and white. Donning some black armbands. I think that's for solidarity for Reading. I know, I apologise for the shy banter. It's alright, Benny. I thought it must be sort of some sort of joke, because if you think that Jude Bellingham would return from Real Madrid to come on loan to Sunderland, yeah, it's yeah, you're all right, my friend. Louis Cole back with the captain's armband after McLaughlin took care of it in midweek, and mind you, did a good job at it. But Coyle, he'll put his body on the line again today. If he didn't break his nose, he's not done it right. But here we Go, Hull City. Ready to get underway at the Stadium of Light. Just before they switch sides. Hull City on the left. Sunderland on the right as I see it. Sorry, Benny, don't translate through internet. Yeah. Banter never does. Banter never translates through text. So, looks like Sunderland will be getting us underway in this first half. As I say, Hull City on the left, Sunderland on the right. So Hull City will be attacking to the right, Sunderland attacking to the left. And with the referee going to blow his whistle. There we go, we're underway. Sunderland get us underway as they pass it into their midfield, where they go all the way to the right back and then back through the defensive line as Hull City are quick to push out on pressure with Carvalho leading it and now Greg Doherty. Ball over the top to Neil for Sunderland, picked out nicely by Morton, and I believe that goes out for a Sunderland throw-in. Just pretty much on the halfway line as they'll throw it all the way back towards their defensive line. Trying to get a piece on this sort of Hull City lineup, and it seems that maybe out of possession is the 4-3-3 with Lakilo dropping back to make it a 4-4-2 if needed. Be intrigued to see what it is in possession as Hull City have just won a throw in here with Matty Jacobs taking it pretty much down in that left back position in line with the penalty area. I don't know what I was going to say there. But Jason Lakilo picks up the ball there and goes down. Referee signals for a Sunderland throw-in, I believe, as they do take quickly. It goes into their defensive line as they pass between their two centre-halves. Setting up this left-hand side to find Jack Clark, who's in a bit of a deeper position. Coyle letting him know that he's there with a little shove on the back. Clark picks it up again. Coyle not with him that time. It was Doherty trying to get the defensive pressure on. As Tufan is charging it down with it's been at Sunderland's keeper. Goes all the way through to their centre-half who's running up the right-hand side. Cuts it back. A few little 1-2 plays, but Carvalho and Tufan were there to apply a bit of pressure, but Sunderland do well to get out of it. They are now allowing their centre-half to run up the field. Up with Jack Clark now. Jack Clark's in that deeper position. As he plays a nice little through ball to number 24. I think that's Neil for Sunderland. It goes a little bit more in field. Comes back out to Jack Clark, who is in that left wing role now. He's with Doherty, and Morton picks it out nicely. Clark there with 3 men on him. And number 32 picked out nicely by Greg Doherty. Carvalho picks it up. Morton tries and finds Carvalho on the return. Doesn't quite, finds a Sunderland man instead. Doherty picks up nicely. Then to Morton. Morton tries and finds Tufan. Tufan stumbles a little bit with a Sunderland player coming through him. Matty Jacob picks up the ball now. Comes with Jason Lakilo. Jason Lakilo cutting it back towards Matty Jacob. He looks for the run on. Matty Jacob doesn't see it either. So he'll pass to Greaves. He'll send it all the way back to Alsop. Alsop now sending it over to Alfie Jones. Jones to Morton, back to Jones. Jones to Slater to Greaves. Hull City just looking to ease things out a little bit here. Don't want to invite Sunderland in too early, as they could possibly do here with a little bit of a misplaced pass by City. Greaves picks up the header, controls it down and plays it to Lakilo. Lakilo back to Matty Jacobs. So it seems like Lakilo will be out on that left-hand side. And then either, I think, Carvalho out on the right with Tufan in the centre, open to change on that one. What we say as Morton picks up the ball here. Lakilo only knows how to pass backwards, I'm sure. I mean, I think that's all I've seen him do so far. As Greaves powers one up to Tufan. Tufan doesn't manage to keep it in control, but Matty Jacobs there to recover the loose ball. Tufan with it again. Tries and plays in Carvalho. Sunderland do well to block it, but only goes as far as Regan Slater. Slater to Coyle. Coyle to Doherty. Carvalho back to Doherty. Doherty tries and plays the cheeky ball to Louis Coyle, but Sunderland snuffed that one out nicely. Your commentary is online with my TV. You're my commentator. Well, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. As Sunderland have the ball in their half with a bit of pressure coming through from City. Morton involved in the pressure this time as he's now sort of tracking back as Sunderland have found a way out of that defensive line. Job Bellingham here for Sunderland, plays it infield more towards O'Neill, I think. Goes for a long switch play over to Jack Clark. Jack Clark does well to control it. Both Doherty and Coyle there to shadow him as he fluffs out his pass. Goes to Tufan. Tufan plays it back in, and that is going to be a free kick to Hull City. I think that is Russon, I think, went down, but a free kick to City just outside of the D. So we take it to Lakilo. Lakilo will play it back towards Greaves. Greaves to Alsop as we look to just slow things down a little bit, as Sunderland do seem to be picking up things, picking up a bit of play quickly, and Hull City not really having anything too much to go at in the Sunderland half. It's going to rile me, him passing backwards all game. I mean, hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he doesn't. But Coyle has got spaced out here on the right-hand side. He runs up. Greg Doherty, he uses him. He could return back to Coyle. Sends one into the area towards Lakilo. Tufan gets it instead. And it's with Morton. It's bobbling around in the area. Sunderland try and hoof one clear only as far as Alfie Jones. Jones sends it back out to Coyle, who's in that sort of right winger position. Carvalho to Doherty, back to Coyle. Coyle just there to Morton. Morton tries and finds Doherty in the space. He found him. Carvalho picks it up now. Carvalho to Doherty. Doherty infield towards Regan Slater. Slater tries it back out wide. Gets to Carvalho. Carvalho to Doherty. Doherty finds Morton. Morton back to Doherty. Everything's going through Doherty at the moment as he plays one to Coyle. Coyle in towards Tufan. Tufan trying to give the give and go. And instead, City will foul Joe Bellingham to give Sunderland the free kick. A little bit of an interesting play there from City. Everything was going through Doherty, but nothing was coming as a result of it. Very well set up from Sunderland, I must say. But we have to find ways of working through that, working through the defensive pressure, the defensive line. As Sunderland just now try and play it between the back three defenders and the goalkeepers. City apply a little bit of pressure with Carvalho, Slater, Tufan, and now Doherty getting involved. Sunderland will find a way out of it after a creative back heel pass from that Russon guy as they send it up the right-hand side. Lakilo is in a little bit of a defensive place now as they cut in more field, but Tufan tries and comes through the back of him. Luckily, doesn't give a foul away, but still, it is. Oh, it was a close one there for Sunderland. A lifted ball towards the back post, which Joe Bellingham was there waiting for. And I think that it was Pritchard who lifted the ball over towards Joe Bellingham. Might be mistaken on that one. But still 0-0. Goal kick for City as they do take short. Alsop with it now to Jones. Jones misfires his pass to Greaves. And it's easily there with Sunderland. And they lift one into the area. Fires straight over everyone. And it was Pritchard once again with the misfired ball over the top. But you're looking at Jones there. He plays a bit of a bobbly pass. Not even at Greaves. And giving Sunderland a free chance there. These are the fine margins that Hull City have been losing games in recently. You're better than most commentators in the Championship, to be honest. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Clark now. Clark trying to scoop one in, but picked out by Morton. It's now with number 32 for Sunderland, and Coyle does well to deflect that one behind for a Sunderland corner. First corner of the game goes Sunderland's way on this near-hand side. And number 32 is Hume. Just trying to get that in my head. But Sunderland line up for the corner now. They go short towards Jack Clark. Clark reuses Pritchard, who took the corner. He lifts one in more towards that back post to try and find Job Bellingham, not Jude Bellingham. As Greg Doherty snuffs it out and it goes behind for another Sunderland corner. This time on the opposite side. And it will be Pritchard to take again. Seems that he doesn't have his balls into the area fully locked down in this game. It's been 3 balls into the area. all three haven't resulted in too much of a worry for Hull City. Probably that one being the most worrying, but Doherty was easily there to stop the effort. In it comes now from Pritchard, deep into the area. Greaves goes down, not a foul, says the referee. And Sunderland try again with, I think, Jack Clark, but I believe Louis Carroll got his head there. Carvalho picks up down near the corner flag, and he plays one to Morton. Morton looks to try and get us out of this one, and it will be a Hull City throw-in on this near-hand side, which is lovely done from Morton. And Clark not getting too much space, not getting too much time to do what he does in this opening 10 minutes. 50 grand Regan's later. I'm like 2 minutes ahead. Being difficult so far. Yeah, I think we've been putting up a bit of a fight in these opening 10 minutes. Not giving Sunderland much space, not giving them much time to do anything as Hull City pick up a free kick here. Pardon me. Carvalho done well there. Alsop now to Jones. Can he play a better pass than he did a few minutes ago? Instead he goes back to Alsop. Alsop will probably go back to Jones now as he's a man in space. And he does so. I mind reading Alsop here. Alsop plays ball upfield to Carvalho. Carvalho with a short push in the back, but he gets the ball to Coyle. And Coyle with Clark breathing down his neck has to go back to Jones. Jones looking for the long field ball, but it goes to Coyle instead. Coyle infield towards Carvalho. Carvalho tracking back now, looking for a pass. He'll use Jones, and then the Sunderland man tracking down Jones slips. So he's easily getting that ball back to Carvalho. Carvalho down the line towards Greg Doherty. Doherty does well to keep it in there, but Sunderland have too much pressure on it, and they get the ball away. Advantage, says the ref. Then Clark's fouled by Greg Doherty, so they will get the free kick there, just inside of the Hull City half. Some good play there from City to get out of that. Just a bit of an unnecessary foul, possibly from Doherty. You don't really know what it's going to lead to with Jack Clark on the ball, as Sunderland are forced backwards from this free kick with the pressure from Carvalho and Doherty. I must be saying I'm impressed with Doherty so far in this game. Hopefully he doesn't let that wording down as Sunderland fire a ball into their midfield, but the Regan Slate is there to apply the pressure. Hume sends the ball across their back line, trying to switch it towards their right back. And instead, with the pressure from Lakilo and Tufan, they'll go back towards Hume at left back. 09 to Hume. Hume infield with Slater, Carvalho and Doherty applying the pressure once again. And it will be a free kick to Sunderland. Clark fouled once again, and I believe it was by Doherty once again. Doherty is making sure that Clark doesn't have any room to do anything, as Pritchard has a lot of space to run into here. Someone's got to put a foot in, and he gets the shot away. He squeezes around both Jones and Greaves to get a shot away. It's right at the feet of Alsop, so he can easily save that one. Wasn't too much in it from Pritchard, but you're wondering how much space he had there to run into. First time we've given anyone a bit of space to run into, and you're looking at why they're all backing away and no one's putting in a foot in. Jones was right on top of him, could have easily put a foot in, I must say. Two possible errors there from Jones in the opening 13 minutes of this game, as Sunderland have a ball over the top towards Joe Bellingham. Bellingham in this left wing role. He looks like he's trying to go down easily from Alfie Jones, but instead the referee has a bit of knowledge about him. So Hull City play on here with Morton getting a ball over to Matty Jacobs at left back. He charges up towards Lakilo. A bit of a misfired ball to Lakilo, and then Lakilo is shoved to the ground, and the referee gives the free kick Sunderland's way there. Seems like Lakilo may have gone down a bit easy, and possibly the free kick was for Lakilo handling the ball once he was down. Sunderland didn't do too much with the free kick, as they're just passing on the back line. Joe Bellingham coming in to help them there with the ball in the defence. Ballard now playing it back towards Patterson. Patterson over towards O'Neill. And then it goes up towards Hume. Hume adopting a little bit more of a left wing-back role here, as there is a throw-in for City here with Coyle taking it, throwing it all the way back to Jones inside the Hull City half. He'll play a 1-2 with Greaves. Matty Jacob going on a bit of a run. Can Jones spot that? Instead, he spots L'Aquilo. L'Aquilo up there. He does have Matty Jacob in support, of course, from that run. And he just tries and weaves past the defender. Instead, City will look to go back from this one with Sunderland lining up that attack very nicely. Look like they saw the long ball coming. 7 passes back to defence from L'Aquilo so far. I like how you're counting, Benny. You might lose count by the end of the game. I'm not sure how high you can count. Greg Doherty kind of doing well there to pick up the ball to stop any real counter coming from Sunderland. And Jack Clark will pick up the ball for the Sunderland throw-in. But he won't take it because he wants to score. You can't score from throw-ins. Rosina looking a little bit irate on the sidelines. Not irate enough to say that Hull City are performing bad, but just for the fact that it's 0-0 in 15 minutes. And he'll be wanting the team to score first. Jones now to Slater. Slater just with Bellingham down his back, plays a nice one to Coyle. Coyle to Jones, back to Alsop. Alsop then plays it to Jones. Seems like he's favouring Jones at the moment, Alsop, as he gets the ball to Coyle, and just unluckily, he dribbles it, tries to dribble it past Clark. He gets past Clark, but in the process, he sends the ball out, which results in a Sunderland throw-in pretty much on the halfway line here. So, yeah, it's looking like Hull City are trying to keep in this one. Sunderland possibly looking like the better of the two sides in these opening 16 minutes. With possibly, well, definitely the better of the chances. Hull City haven't had a chance really yet. But we are sticking in there. As Sunderland have the ball just pushing into the City half with Bellingham here. Matty Jacob comes right through the back of Bellingham. And the referee notices that one. Free kick to Sunderland. I didn't like that from Bellingham. He slaps the ball out of Ozan Tufan's hand. And Tufan was rightfully angry about that. So the referee's having a word with Tufan. And shows Tufan a yellow card for that. Surely there should be a warning process there. But Tufan on a yellow card in this opening 16 minutes here. Just from reacting back on Bellingham slapping the ball out of his hands. If the referee hasn't had a word with Bellingham as well, I'd be very confused there as the camera was focused in on Tufan. But Bellingham has the ball here. Could we see somewhat of a rivalry between Tufan and Bellingham? Tufan probably taking a little bit more carefully now. He is on a yellow. Don't want to be sent off, especially this early in the game. Clark now fouled by Coyle. It seems to be that every time that Sunderland have a chance, we are fouling them. Need to be looking to be making better chances, but Clark looks a little bit frustrated. Pritchard now tries a through ball towards Russon, but that one is easily run out of play by Jones. And Russon currently at the top of the fewest touches in this match chart. Only 2 for himself, followed up by Patterson with 4. Saying something considering that their goalkeeper has had more touches than their striker. As Jones picks it up from Alsop's goal kick there. Sends it to Coyle. Coyle to Doherty. Doherty just tries and weaves it past Hume. Gets a touch on it so it goes out for a Hull City throw in. I don't know why I inflected up there. Throw in. So Coyle will take the throw in on this near hand side about halfway into the City half. Just over 18 minutes gone here at the Stadium of Light. Still 0-0. Coyle throw in field towards Tufan. Mistouches it and is opposite the number 7 Job Bellingham. Keep on to say Jude. Gets it off him. So Sunderland will reset through this as Clark goes on a bit of a run down this left-hand side. He only has Coyle to beat. He tries and weaves round him and Coyle does well there. And he is fouled by Jack Clark. Clark just going over to give him a touch on the back. Not sure what that was about. But I presume that Clark is still very frustrated about the fact that Doherty and Coyle aren't giving him anything to do in this game. But nice work there from Louis Coyle. Gets in front of the man and leaves Clark only to foul him. with the frustration. Nice work there from the captain. So City will reset through a free kick here. Looks to be Alfie Jones to take, with it being pretty much on the byline. You can presume that it will be taking... Oh, no, it's Alsop to pass it to Alfie Jones there. As we do, as they plays up towards Coyle. Coyle inviting Clark in, which does somewhat benefit him in an aspect, with it being a Hull City throw-in on the near-hand side. Seems like this Coyle-Clark rivalry continues from Boxing Day. Hopefully Coyle can play the full 90 and keep Clark quiet. As Coyle is ready to take the throw-in on this near-hand side. Does so towards Doherty. Doherty with the flick on, header towards Carvalho. Carvalho a little shove in the back from 09. And he does well to keep the ball in Sunderland's possession. Ball with Patterson now. That'll increase his touches to another one. As Carvalho cheaply fouls Ballard, I think. No, actually 09. 09. He's fouled 09. 09. 09. Carvalho there with his first little bit of contribution in the past few minutes. So Sunderland will take this free kick in line pretty much with their penalty area. Hume does so towards 09. 09 across to Ballard in the Sunderland defence. Tufan charging this down. They'll get it up towards their right-hand side, where it'll go back towards Ballard. Ballard back towards Patterson. That'll increase his touches once again. Russon is fuming as Sunderland trying to send the ball up through their midfield here. A Hull City player goes down in Morton, but it doesn't matter too much as Lokilo has the ball charging forwards. He's snapping his legs at it, but Ballard does well there to keep the ball away from any attacking threat from Lokilo, like he would have presumed, like he would have actually given an attacking threat. As Sunderland do pick up the ball once again here, with Bellingham picking up that loose ball, and it goes back towards Patterson. Patterson to 09, to Hume, Hume back to 09, and then follows up to Patterson. Carvalho chasing this down, leaves Patterson to make the long ball over towards the right-hand side, and the missed touch there by... I'm not sure who that is, who that was out at the right-hand side. I think it might have been Sealt, however you pronounce his name, but Matty Jacobs will take the throw-in for City. Does a 1-2 there with Regan Slater, so it can get back towards Greaves, along to Alsop, and you can presume Alsop's going to go to Jones, and you know what, he does so. I can read Alsop's game. So Jones goes back towards Alsop. Alsop, I think he's going to go to Greaves, and he does so. Whee! Greaves then back towards Alsop. Alsop to Jones. Yep, of course it is. Jones out to Coyle. Coyle looking up the line. Clark comes in, and instead cut it in field towards Morton. Morton with the ball trying to get to Lokilo, but Pritchard picks it up in midfield. A few City players track back nicely on this one, so Pritchard thinks second thoughts about charging up the field, with Ekwa now picking up the ball for Sunderland. Goes out towards that right-hand side once again, with Bellingham getting involved. Russon doesn't get a touch on it that time, so Lokilo will pick it up with the ball from Jacob Greaves. It'll end back up in Sunderland's possession, though, with them in their defensive line. Clark here up at the left-hand side. He plays a cheeky through ball, which the referee has just correctly signalled for offside. Plays the through ball round Coyle. But the man that he played it to, which I'm not too sure, it might have been... He was definitely offside, but I can't quite tell who Clark was playing the ball to. Whoever it was offside. Don't care what anyone says. Lokilo, nicest man on earth. But one of the most terrible players I've ever seen. Reminds me of Anthony. I mean, he has got Anthony-esque, just without the skills. He's a character, though. He is a nice man. He is a nice man. Of course, we've met him a few times, haven't we, Josh? Get Lokilo off the pitch now. Yeah, you could possibly see the swap of Alias Manesh for Lokilo, but it won't happen Rosino won't do that until second half is underway. But Lakilo does have the ball here now as he tracks it forwards bit. Pritchard sticks a foot in. Lakilo goes down like a sack of bricks. But Tufan does well to recover from that. Carvalho now with the ball in the D. Plays the through ball towards Coyle! And he's sending that one chipping over the net. Didn't quite go to row Z, more of a row C, but it was miles above the goal. Okay there from City. Of course, that partnership there from Tufan and Carvalho, as we noticed. Carvalho making the nice ball to Coyle. Coyle just there sitting way back too much into that one. And skies it miles high above the net. And just as we're talking about how bad Lakilo was, he in turn nearly thwarted that entire Hull City attack by going down like a sack of bricks when he just didn't need to. So Sunderland try a long ball, but it'll end up all the way back with Alsop. Alsop plays it to Jones. Jones just holding onto the ball for a little bit here. Looking to try and play one to Greaves, but instead he'll drop his man and play it up towards Doherty. Doherty didn't quite get the foot in there in time as Jones's pass was a little bit off target. 09 now has it for Sunderland off the back of that throw-in. Ekwa then to Ballard. Ballard over towards Sealt. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Back to Ballard. Ballard looking for the options. He'll go towards Patterson. Patterson will go to 09. And then 09 will play it over to Hume, the left back. He'll play all the way back to Patterson with Hull City applying pressure through the same three men. Doherty, Tufan and Carvalho. It's with Ballard now. He'll try a ball over the top towards Pritchard maybe? And Morton picks it up there. With Lakilo now. We'll see what he does here. He charges forwards. And you know what? He plays the ball backwards towards Matty Jacobs. Matty Jacobs to Jones. Jones to Greaves. Greaves to Alsop. And it's Russon charging in. But Alsop will get the pass off to Alfie Jones. Jones to Greaves. Back to Morton here. With Matty Jacobs taking up a bit of a higher role on that left-hand side. Greaves looking for the ball to Matty Jacobs. Jacobs in space on this left-hand side now to Tufan. Tufan chops it a little bit backwards, so he has a bit of work to do. Gets it to Matty Jacobs. And to Greaves. Greaves across to Jones. Jones playing a few 1-2s with Morton and Slater before Carvalho is pushed in the back and Hull City regain a free kick. Taken quickly there by Morton to Carvalho. Carvalho out to Doherty wide, but Sunderland get their plays back in time. And Carvalho has no options other than to send it back to Jones. This is what I'm saying. He's awful. Send him back to the Netherlands. Lakilo equals the poop emoji. Yeah. I can't see him lasting long in a City shirt. But definitely will be here for the entire season, I presume. With Greaves passing it to Slater. Slater to Greaves, back to Alsop, and then back to Jones. I'm noticing a pattern. Carvalho, Morton. Morton then doesn't have any pressure coming through from Neil as he slips. But Regan Slater just trodden on by Pritchard there. Stays up. Referee gives the advantage. Just hope that wasn't too much of a bite, though. Ball over the top towards Tufan. Tufan still with it. Does well there from, I believe it was Ballard, the Sunderland defender, to thwart Tufan. But Morton's here with the second chance to Coyle. Coyle towards Doherty. Doherty and Morton. Morton, Coyle. Coyle to Morton. City looking promising from this attack here. Slater sends it back towards Greaves. Tufan to Slater. Tufan regains it once again after a bite in there from Sunderland. Bellingham pushes Tufan. That rivalry continues as Coyle picks up the loose ball here. Coyle charging forwards now. Coyle into Morton to Tufan. Back to Coyle. Coyle! Oh! And you thought that could have been 1-0 there. Some excellent play there from Tufan and Coyle. The partnership was fantastic. Kyle charging through, slipping past 3 men. And then the ball ends up with Tufan. Tufan plays it back to Coyle. And he just has to try and get a little bit of a better shot away, rather than just being down to Patterson's right-hand side. Yes. Something's happened here with Doherty. Yellow card to Doherty, I believe. We'll just check the replay on this one. See what's happened. Yellow card for Greg Doherty. Not 100% sure on what that was, but I presume it's a foul, considering Sunderland are getting ready to take a free kick. Doherty seems upset with it, so I'm going to take his side and say it shouldn't be in a yellow card, even though I didn't see it. Ozan Tufan indeed. Fantastic man. Oh my god. Nearly. What are you watching the game on? I'm watching it on Sky Sports. Should have been 1-0. That poor, that. Yeah, it is poor, but it was a nice build-up play. Showing positive signs. Positive signs is what we want. As Sunderland do have the ball, with their defence being passed between Ballard and 09. 9 towards Clark. Clark gets past Doherty, but Coyle says, "Nana!" and fires out of play. Coyle just holding his head and looks to be stumbling a little bit. Hopefully that little tackle there from Clark wasn't too much, as he's still stumbling on the sidelines. Just picking the ball up for the throw-in. Looks like Clark bit off more than he could chew. With Rosini, his arms up in the air. Possibly looking for a City free kick there, rather than the throw-in, as Carvalho is easily dispossessed there. And the ball's with Russon. Russon gets a hand in the face from Coyle, but Neil gets it from Sunderland. Ball into the area. Matty Jacobs chests it into the arms of Alsop. Yellow card in the hand with the referee, and it's going to Coyle for the hand into the face onto Russon. I mean, that was probably Russon's most touches he's got in the match so far. And he forces a yellow card on Coyle. Yeah, it's reckless from him. But City do thwart the whole attacking effort there from Neil into the area, and obviously Matty Jacobs into the hands of Alsop. Thing to be noted about this referee, he is a yellow card happy man. I think he's refereed just over 10 games and given out nearly 60 cards in that span. So we are looking like it will be a yellow card heavy game. Hopefully none of them yellow cards turn into red cards for City, as we do look to push on from that Millwall game, which is obviously our next fixture back at the MKM Stadium on the 2nd of February, with no game next week due to being knocked out of the FA Cup on Tuesday night against Birmingham. Coyle getting a little bit more of the action there. Another throw-in on the near-hand side, with his amber top donning a few more grass stains than that they did last time he took the throw-in. Signalling around for a few people to move in City shirts as he fires one over towards Doherty. Doherty flick on header towards Carvalho. Carvalho scoops it nicely over 09 as 9 pushes into Carvalho's back, and the referee sees none of that, as it possibly would have been a City free kick, but Sunderland regained possession through it. Patterson, all long ball over the top, but Matty Jacobs picks it up there. You're looking at why the referee didn't see that, considering that that's where the ball was being played, with the cheeky push in the back from 09 onto Carvalho. All because Carvalho just outskilled him with a scoop over the top of him. But Matty Jacobs throws it in towards Tufan. Tufan to Slater. Slater with a few Sunderland shirts up his back, but he gets it over to Jones. Jones to Coyle. Coyle tries against with Clark, and Clark sat down there. Coyle gets past him with ease. Doherty now. Doherty in towards Tufan. Tufan tries that against with Coyle. This time it just goes in front of him, so Patterson can claim this. Tufan and Coyle. I'm calling it now. Something will happen tonight with Tufan and Coyle. Brilliant partnership. Brilliant partnership. As Jones snuffs out that attempt towards Russon. Coyle with it now. Coyle tries it, gets it towards Morton. Neil will have it instead, so 09 can send the ball over towards Bellingham. Bellingham back towards Sealt, or however you pronounce his name, to Ballard. Ballard to Equa. Equa back to Ballard. Back to Equa. Equa back to Ballard. Over towards 09 for Sunderland. 9 towards Jack Clark. Clark went down. It looked like it possibly could have been a foul from Greg Doherty there, but it wasn't. Referee said no. But that will be a foul instead. The ball ended up with Morton to Slater, and Slater just pulled down there by Equa. Looks like no card will be shown by that. Just a full grab from Equa onto Slater. Goes down in the Sunderland half, so it will be a free kick there for City. Slater just asking the questions of why that probably wasn't a yellow card, considering that City have been handed 3 already for similar offences. Doherty's probably been the most similar of offence to that one, and he got a yellow card straight away, no warning whatsoever. So, Equa seems to be 1 foul away from a booking, hopefully, as City do line up for this free kick, but so do Sunderland. Morton over the ball. Obviously, with Scott Twine now going to Bristol City, Morton will be the free kick taker, certainly in a longer format, until Seri returns, with them possibly sharing the role then. But Clark has the ball now. He's stumbling to try and get past Morton. Morton does well. Ball to Equa, though. Bellingham back to Equa. Equa across the field towards Ballard, who's in a bit of a higher position. And then gets it to Sealt. Sealt into a lifted ball. Back post towards Clark. Clark nods it down. You're wondering why he didn't chest it and then try and get a shot away. But Doherty does well to come in there and recover from Clark's mistake. I must say, Doherty and Coyle have Clark on notice in this game, as he hasn't got anything to show for it. Doherty with the ball here to Coyle. Back to Doherty. Doherty back to Coyle. Coyle back to Doherty. Doherty tries the ball to Morton. Morton doesn't quite get it, so it does end up with Sunderland. You're wondering why Pritchard has the ball there outside the D. Shoots it. Greaves nods it away, as Sunderland have to look to regain possession through their defence, with Patterson coming out to this, and then 09 feeding ball up top. Clark with it now. He does have Hume out to his left in that sort of left wing role, but instead he goes and tries to place a switch play through the defence with Ballard to Bellingham and over to Sealt. Lakilo breathing down his neck, but what's Lakilo going to do other than sit back from it? Equa now to 09. 09 towards Clark. Clark in a one-on-one situation with both Doherty and Coyle. Plays the through ball towards Neil. Back with Clark. Clark to 09. 9 into the box. Jacob nods it away, only as far as Equa. Equa goes down. Referee doesn't signal for anything, so Sunderland will try and regain something through this attack. Equa once again lifts the ball into the area. Clark stumbles, but the ball was going behind for a Hull City goal kick no matter what. Still 0-0 here. 37, nearly 38 minutes gone. And as I said, it will be either a close score affair game or a high scoring affair game. And it looks like the former will be the case here at the Stadium of Light, with it still being 0-0. Both teams having a few chances. Sunderland probably the better of the chances. But Hull City's defence is doing a good enough job so far, as Alsop plays a ball to Jacobs, who has space on the left-hand side. Lifted ball over the top towards Lakilo, but it'll go out of play before Lakilo can even think of making a controlling touch on that. So Sunderland will take the throw-in nice and quickly to get it to Ballard, back towards Patterson. Patterson to 09. 09 infield towards Equa. Equa with Slater down his neck. Doherty not too far behind. Plays it to Hume. Hume to Clark, who's getting very, very infield and dragging Coyle with him. Is that possibly something we have to watch out for with Clark dragging Coyle out of position? And you're looking at maybe the likes of Doherty or Morton filling in that role if that ever does so. But Alsop comes out to regain this through ball. It only fires as far as Patterson, so Carvalho's left to nibble in, and Morton goes in with 2 feet, and it will be a yellow card that for Morton with a reckless challenge. He doesn't seem to be too fazed by it, and it was probably a foul that was needed to stop the momentum of Patterson. Carvalho tried it, and then Morton, yeah, he got none of the ball. All legs from Patterson. Pritchard, sorry, not Patterson. Patterson's the goalkeeper. If the goalkeeper's making runs like that, I'm a bit concerned. Pritchard, I apologise. And so it's 4 yellow cards so far for City, 0 for Sunderland, and we're in the 39th minute. So that's already Hull City with a fine from this game. 4 yellow cards equals a fine for the club. So, another card-happy ref. Pritchard to take this free kick, it seems. And it seems like pretty much everyone is up for Sunderland, possibly only leaving 1 or 2 men behind. Pritchard plays it off to 09. 09 gets it down into the area, but it'll be straight at Alsop. No Sunderland player was challenging for that, so Alsop can easily have that in his hands. So Alsop will play over to Jones. Jones misfired pass once again, gets 09 on the running forwards. Cole does well to just get enough on that to get out of the Sunderland pathway, so Alsop can collect it. Signal every player upfield for City, so it looks like that Alsop will be going for a Matt Ingram-esque long ball here instead of that passing play out of the back. The ball goes long, but it does find a Sunderland foot in that of Ballard. But Tufan with it now here off that second ball. Lakilo charging once again. He makes a forward pass. Lakilo makes the forward pass to Matty Jacob, who then in results make a backwards pass towards Doherty, to Morton, to Jones. But that is Lakilo's first forward pass of the game. Are you happy, Benny? Are you happy? Ball now with Jones. Jones to Greaves. Matty Jacobs and Coyle both pushing quite high on either flank. So Jones has a little bit of space to run for. Gets it to Coyle. Coyle pulling back a little bit more now. Possession-wise, we are favouring it by 52% to 48%. But attacking-wise, Sunderland are just edging it. Doherty tries a ball to Carvalho on a run. And I must say, Sunderland have managed to keep Carvalho quite quiet in this game so far. Not too much from the Liverpool loanee. Instead, Sunderland here with a run from Neil. And another yellow card. Just kicked out his ankles from Slater. And Slater picks up a yellow card. 5 yellow cards. 42 minutes gone. And 0 for Sunderland. Wow, wow, wow. This can't be going on forever because some of these yellows will turn into reds. And we don't have the strength on the bench to replace these yellow cards. So possibly a second half with a different format from City. Jack Clark with the ball on this left-hand side. Infield to Ekwa. Ekwa towards 09. 09 over towards Sealt, who's in a right-winging role, battling with Lakilo, who's in a defensive position. Back towards Ekwa. Tufan blocks the Ekwa effort. That's a mouthful to say, but it ends up with 09. 09 towards Jack Clark. Clark has Coyle, and Coyle is not letting him go. Even if he runs to the shops, he's not letting him go. So Clark has no option to play it to Ekwa. Ekwa to Bellingham. Bellingham to 09. 09 towards Neil. Neil back towards Bellingham. Sunderland just passing it around the defensive line, which is very high. It is in Hull City's half. So if a break was to be made here, Hull City would have a high chance of creating something from it. Matty Jacobs breathing down Bellingham's neck. So they have to recover through their defensive line, which I say is still in a very high position. Clark with the ball on his left-hand side, just looking at Kyle. Kyle still not letting him go, so he has to play the ball over towards 09. 09 with a lifted effort towards Sealt at the back post. Nods it back towards Pritchard, and then Slater nods it over as far as Bellingham. Bellingham just passing it back towards Ballard. Ballard to 09. 09 to Hume. Clark with the ball now. Both Doherty and Coyle in the effort. So Clark can't do anything but pass it back. Coyle is turning Jack Clark into Jason Lakilo. You've heard it here first. And, ooh, bit of an interesting effort there from Sunderland. Pritchard with another effort there. Ball from 09 to Pritchard. Pritchard lays it off to Sealt. Sealt in the area towards Pritchard. And you're looking at Greaves, who probably put the pressure on him there to take it first time, and it was a sliding effort. Curls very wide of the front hand post. You got to contain Sunderland, though. Apart from the short blip, they look decent this year. Yeah. I mean, a very strong side. I mean, you have to be a strong side to be up here. I mean, we're probably the only contrary argument to that at the moment. But to be a side up around the playoff places in the table, you do have to be doing something right, don't you? Welcome to the stream, Douglas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 1 minute of additional time in this first half, as Sunderland are forced to have a passing play within their own half with their defensive line, as Hull City do apply the pressure to just try and keep things at a stalemate coming into this first half closure. Clark with a run forwards. Greaves as well to stop anything coming from Neil. Alsop picks it up, seeing out the final few seconds of this half. And surely that is it. 0-0 coming into half time. And it is. The referee's blown his whistle. 0-0 half time. And I would say, possibly, the best half of football City have produced in what is deemed this bad run of form. I mean, I'm saying in air quotes, it has been a very bad run of form since the start of December. But I probably would say that has been a very encouraging first half. And City, a team that don't do many encouraging first halves, they've done one here. 0-0 at the Stadium of Light then. Sunderland 0, Hull City 0. Happy as can be. Possibly the only thing that is a worry is the yellow cards. I think that a loss here would be more beneficial than losing a player for 1 to 3 games. Certainly a player of high value like your Tufan, your Slater, your Morton, your Coyle, and even your Doherty. All the players who are on yellow cards so far. Not bad glimpse. Yeah, not bad. Not bad whatsoever. It seems like a game so far that we can go and grab that cheeky 1 goal, sit back, and grab the 3 points here. It looks like that game where we can do that cheekily. I mean, second half will probably tell a different story now that I've said that, but it is looking likely. 5 yellows is a joke. Yeah, 5 yellows is... It's quite a joke, and I believe that ups the fine from whatever the 4 yellow cards is to the 5. Just got to make sure that Rosini doesn't get booked for complaining about the amount of yellow cards being dished out in this game. So we'll take a look and see what people are saying over on Twitter/X, whatever it's called now. Just let me post something. Not a bad first half from City. So, coming into half-time, I probably am going to change my my score prediction, but I'll stick with it because I'm not a massive fan of changing score predictions. But 2-2 does seem maybe a little bit off the cards now that there's been no goals in this first half. I mean, I did predict Billy Sharp to score first, so Billy Sharp could possibly come on around the 60th minute mark, score a goal, Sunderland respond, City score, Sunderland respond. We could see something in that aspect to give us that 2-2 draw. Who knows? So, yeah. See what people are saying over on Twitter. This might be the most boring game I've watched all season. I probably wouldn't say it's the most boring game I've watched all season. I think it's been quite entertaining, certainly from a defensive aspect from City, for it being a 0-0 draw. Ref going to start booking them for diving or what? Absolute jokers. Yep, the complaints are already coming out about the ref. Oh. See what everyone else is saying. 5 players riding a yellow. Louis Carlisle, most attacking threat. It's going to be a long 45 and 3 points to breach the top 6. Never look so far away. Many people being a little bit negative. Please bring Aliyar on to run around and be a nuisance, please. I would be happy with an Aliyar second half performance. Oh no. I've just seen someone tweet, bring back Iab. I'm alright, thanks. So, is it our new tactic to win every game 0-0? I mean, certainly this game won't be too bad to win 0-0. And keyword there, win 0-0. This would be classed as a win. A draw win. One of them ones. Possibly being a tad optimistic, but given our recent run, this game, this is for the taking. Just what I'm saying, my friend. Just what I'm saying. People are just stating the fact that 5 yellow cards is mental. It is mental. Couple of safety subs might be needed here. Any afford to lose another player for 3 games? Yeah. I mean, if it's a double yellow, it's 1 game. If it's a straight red, then it is the 3. So yeah. Well, this isn't finishing 4-4. Yeah, I don't think it is, but I don't think so. Yeah, quite the contrary game to the game that we saw at the stadium of like last season, isn't it? Certainly opposite in the scoreline. Still a draw, but I think that game it might have been a draw coming into half time. I think Sunderland were leading though coming into half time. Oh, should we take a look at some of the stats? I think so. Right. Stats. To say that Sunderland are leading on possession 53-47, they haven't had much to get going from. 4 shots to Hull City's 1. Both teams having 1 shot on target. That tells the storyline there. I'm sorry for if that was a loud noise. Just bang the mic. Of course, the fouls are saying something otherwise. 10 fouls to Sunderland's 5. And I possibly would think that may have been more on City's behalf and less on Sunderland's half than what the stats say. 5 yellow cards. 0 corners yet for City. Which does say how lacklustre we have been looking as a threat going forwards. And every threat going forwards has sort of resulted in either it being a goal kick or it being thwarted through the Sunderland defence. But table-wise, we're currently sitting in 8th. We've just jumped over Watford, who are on 39, to us being on 40 points. Sunderland sitting in the top 6, obviously, with Coventry just being knocked out with that 1 point difference once again. But obviously Coventry and Watford not playing until tomorrow. So, we're saying get Lakilo off his poo. Sick of seeing him passing back to defence. You've counted, 3,343,423 so far this game. But don't forget, one of them was a pass forwards. I know, I'm shocked. It was a pass forwards, yeah. I mean, it was like 3 yards in front of him to Matty Jacobs, who then, as a result of it, had to pass it back. But we don't look at those things. So, yeah. Possible changes. I don't think we'll make a change at half-time. We've now got notice why we're wearing black armbands. It wasn't for the solidarity with Reading that was, I think it was reported earlier on in the week. But it is, in fact, for the passing of Ray Henderson, who passed away, I think, yesterday or the day beforehand. So, yeah, just wearing it as a mark of respect for Henderson and his family and friends. Seb substitutions. You could possibly see Manesh coming on for Lakilo, possibly being the first change. Sharp coming on for maybe Doherty, but I think Doherty's put a very, very good shift in this game so far. But just to save him from possibly getting a second yellow would be a shout. And then beyond that, you're looking at whatever situation the game is in a little bit later on in the game, with maybe the likes of McLaughlin Smith or Vaughan coming on. Maybe even a cheeky appearance from Ollie Green. Of course, he hasn't played a competitive game for City this season after being out on loan at Shelbourne, and then coming back to us, but not playing a game since. So, half time. Ali for Lakilo. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe. But I don't know if it's the thing of I don't know if Rosini would do it. It's one of them things. Rosini likes Lakilo. He sees something in Lakilo, and although Lakilo does probably get subbed off every game, and he is probably always the first. I think he's always like the first one to get subbed off. He still starts him, still plays him for 60+ minutes. I mean, that's 60+ minutes that we could possibly have done something a bit more impactful with Ali Manesh. So yeah, don't know what to make on that one. Hopefully we do see Aliyah get a run out in this game, as there's been a lot of hype built up around him in this in the lead up to this game, with footage being shown of the Aliyah Manesh from that first season when he came to us 2 Januaries ago now. Yeah, 2 years ago. One of the first signings under the Adjun Ilajala reign, I believe it was. So yeah, second half nearly getting underway here at the Stadium of Light. He sees something that the other 20,000 every other weekend doesn't. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. Because you would make the shout that Manesh would have been a better start to this game. But yeah, strange, very strange, mentally deranged. So yeah, I doubt. It won't be a situation where there'll be a change at a change at half time. Not unless someone's picked up a bit of an injury. But now just showing a highlight of all the yellow cards. Something that you wouldn't be thinking you'd seen. At half time. Or just after half time, sorry. So let's get ready for the second half. Or even Harry Vaughan. A bit more pace on the wing. Yeah. Harry Vaughan has to be deployed at the right moment, though. Is the only thing that we've definitely seen from this season. We can't deploy him in that sort of last 10 or so minutes. As it just doesn't work, does it? It just doesn't work. So, Rosini's out ahead of the second half. As they look at a Fabio Carvalho heat map. As, yeah, not having too much involvement in this first half. But hopefully a bit more in the second half. And something progressive from it. As he comes out of the tunnel with all of the City boys just behind of his Liverpool loanee teammate Morton. So let's get ready to get underway for the second half. As Sunderland just reappear from the tunnel with City getting the kick-off in this half. Obviously, Sunderland taking it in the first half. City got it in the second. And hopefully, something progressive coming from City in this second half. I mean, that is just upsetting. They're just showing Russon, the striker, his heat map. 5 touches I can count on that. 5 touches. For a striker. Yeah. Carvalho has a lot more than that. And it will be 2 fans to get us underway. City on the right, Sunderland on the left. Hull City attacking to the left. Sunderland attacking to the right. Looks like no changes for either side have been made. So it will be Hull City to get us underway right now. With the ball getting played back towards Greaves and Jones. Jones over the top towards Carvalho. That'll be right at Patterson. So Sunderland get the possession after that long effort from Jones. They try a long effort themselves. Greaves is flawed, but Jones as well to recover. As Coyle passes it back towards Alsop. Just wondering what the referee was pointing at there. Looked like he may be trying to give a free kick to City, but not sure why he didn't, because Greaves, I mean, was clearly flawed in the effort from one of the Sunderland players. Strange one, that. As Morton has the ball here for City. Plays it towards Jones. Jones to Alsop. Alsop over towards Greaves. Then Greaves with buckets of space out to his left, but instead he plays it to the right towards Jones. Jones with Russin a little bit down his neck. Plays it easily to Coyle. Coyle will then go all the way to Alsop. Alsop has Matty Jacobs in his sight, who's in space, but plays it to Jones instead. Jones upfield towards Carvalho. Carvalho plays a little bit of a choppy ball over towards Coyle. Coyle then goes down. Referee gives nothing in it. As Sunderland are allowed to go on this one with Jack Clark, who has no man defending him now that Coyle was down on the floor. But Coyle's back. Ball's infield with Bellingham. Bellingham is thwarted there by Lakilo. Goes all the way to Ekwa. Back to Ballard. Over to 09. And he'll play it to Neil. To Ballard. Ballard to Sealt, who will get it to Pritchard. Pritchard into Russon, who will just be easily defended by the partnership of Greaves and Morton. so Alsop can regain it there. Missing Delap, missing Surrey, and missing Philogene big time, definitely. Come on, you all! As Sunderland do have the ball here. Neil to Equa. The pressure from Morton thwarted that one. Russon just gets it nibbled away from him, so Tufan has it here. To Carvalho, back to Tufan. And it will be a free kick towards Hull City as Carvalho goes down, holding his knee. And yellow card for Sunderland. Equa gets a yellow card. Get in! Get in! Sunderland have got a yellow card from Equa. Equa's slicing challenge on Carvalho. Lovely jubbly. Second half starting with a Sunderland yellow card. I was on the Sunderland live chat and they were chatting about the Humber Bridge the whole time, about how bad it is because I had to leave because you can't direct the Humber Bridge. Oh, you can't disrespect the Humber Bridge. You certainly can't disrespect the Humber Bridge. It's one of the wonders of the world. As Sunderland try a ball over the top, thwarted out by Doherty. City try a ball over the top, which is pulled out by Doherty to Coyle, with Carvalho in there with him. Morton to Slater. Slater to Matty Jacobs, who's very infield. Gets past Pritchard to Morton. Carvalho gets over towards Coyle. Coyle lifts it over towards the back post with Lakilo there. Too much on it from Coyle, so Lakilo couldn't do anything. And you certainly can't disrespect the Humber Bridge. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. So Sunderland will pass out from the back with this goal kick here. Ball over the top there from 09. Doesn't quite find Russon. But Bellingham gets the recovery on the second ball there. He'll just dance around with the ball for a little bit to play off towards Hume. Hume to Clark. Clark has human support, but Coyle and Doherty are there. So will Clark get away with it? He just manages to do so. Gets towards the back post where Russon's there. And I think he ducks underneath the ball. I mean, if we're talking about bad performances, I think Russon has had a worse performance than Lakilo in this game. You're loving it. You're loving life. Someone's having a worse performance than a Hull City player. And that Hull City player being Lakilo. But Clark's first real time that he managed to get away from Doherty and Coyle there. Hopefully that's the first and last. Matty Jacobs throw and finds the head of Bellingham, but then it returns back into City's favour with Morton. Lofted ball to Carvalho. Carvalho hacked down against by Equa. And City will get the free kick here. Morton kicks it underway. Out wide towards Coyle. Coyle into Morton. Morton looking to play it behind to Jones. Jones to Alsop. Alsop then rotates it to Greaves. Greaves back to Jones. And Jones will play it to Morton there. Morton back to Jones. Jones up to Carvalho. Carvalho dashing back with it, with Hume breathing down his with Neil breathing down his neck. But Hull City will gain a free kick from that. And I believe that was from a nibble on Carvalho from Neil. Morton then kicks it underway to Coyle. Coyle charging up his right hand side. He gives it to Carvalho as he's allowed to push on a little bit more. So Carvalho looks to give it to Coyle. He does so with Hume breathing down his neck. Slater gets it in midfield now. Matty Jacobs again. He gets it past Pritchard in maybe a bit of a lucky effort. It bobbles around. The referee gets in the way. But Hull City regain it still. Tufan. And I think it was Matty Jacobs may have got the shot away or somebody. 09 is down, clutching his hip, looking in a bit of distress. But I don't think it's anything too serious. And it was Matty Jacobs who got the shot away. Just trying to get it round. Get his body round 09, sorry. Who I think it was his fault that he got injured there. As he boots it away. But the last touch came off Matty Jacobs there. So Sunderland will get us underway with a goal kick. Let's be honest here, anything south of the bridge is poo. That's something I can agree. Carvalho nibbled at once again. Advantage, says the ref, so City will keep the ball here with Morton out wide towards Tufan. Nice to see Carvalho's getting a bit more of the action in this half. As Tufan's effort to Carvalho just slides through to Patterson. Patterson will ball it out to Ekwa. Ekwa with Tufan down his neck, but does get it over to Hume, who then tries the lofted ball to Clark. Clark, controlling it down nicely, gets it to Ekwa. City players are rushing back as Bellingham and Ekwa play a 1-2. Then Ekwa plays a wide ball over to Pritchard. Pritchard to Sealt. Back to Pritchard. Back to Sealt. Ekwa in the midfield now for Sunderland. All the way to 09, who his hip is looking fine now. But Clark is easily thwarted out once again by Greg Doherty. Behind for a Sunderland corner as Doherty just comes out and scoops the ball out of Clark's feet. He is looking very, very angry for a 23-year-old man in a Sunderland shirt. But Pritchard to take the Sunderland corner once again. Third corner, I believe it is for the game. Third one for Sunderland. Hull City still without a corner in this game, as they will be trying to capitalise from this. Pritchard lifts one into the area, only finds Coyle in the first man in a City shirt. He's pulled down, and the referee correctly signals for a Hull City free kick in the Hull City penalty area. And yeah, that's Hull. It's Coyle just pulled down as he punts that ball away by Ballard. City do get a quite a progressive play underway from that goal kick. A free kick, sorry. But it does end up all the way back with Alsop, as the attacking effort down the right-hand side didn't pull off in anything. Greaves and Jones play a 1-2 before Jones just tried to charge forwards a little bit. Has to use Morton, which then he uses Greaves. Greaves go for a charging long effort over the top to try and find Lakilo and Carvalho. Lakilo pulled down by the Sunderland man, but it doesn't matter because it will be offside from either Tufan or Lakilo. Carvalho wasn't in that effort. Not sure quite which one of them was offside. If I was to make my bets, it would have been Lakilo. But Lakilo was pulled down, so if it was onside, possibly could have been a free kick in a very promising area there for City. But Sunderland get the free kick instead from the offside. Doherty does well to dispossess Sunderland as it's over with Carvalho. Carvalho with 09 on his back, and he just goes down like a sack of bricks. Carvalho didn't even touch him, and he's back up charging. What a pathetic excuse for a football player that is. What a pathetic excuse for a football player. 09 just goes down like a sack of potatoes because Carvalho has outskilled him. He goes down clutching his face, David Luiz-esque. Pathetic that. But City do have the ball here in attacking position with Greaves getting it from Morton. Out towards Lakilo on the left. Lakilo trying to get past his man. He has Matty Jacobs to his left, but he'll just hold it up to play it to Slater. Slater has to go all the way back towards Greaves. Greaves to Alsop, and he'll have the long effort this time to find Matty Jacobs. Just skims over Matty Jacobs' diving effort so that Sealt has to take the throw for Sunderland to Ballard, then to Patterson. Patterson with a long effort only finds Jones as Russon is on the deck. City will just hold the ball up there with the defensive line as Russon stumbles back to his feet and tries and charges to one down. But Morton will play it all the way back towards Alsop, so Alsop can regain this through Morton to Greaves. He'll play a ball into the midfield to Tufan. Tufan to Carvalho. Carvalho sees Coyle on the run on this right-hand side. Coyle charging now. He does have Clark trying to stop anything. And he does so far, but Morton is there to get the ball off Coyle. Infield to Slater. Across to Matty Jacobs, who then finds Lakilo out on the left wing. Lakilo tries and dances past his man, Matty Jacobs is begging for the ball here. If Lakilo's not going to do anything, give it to Matty Jacobs. He does so. Jacobs looking for a ball into the area. Gets to Carvalho, who's just inside the area. To Doherty. Back to Carvalho. Carvalho now. Scoops it back. Tries and finds Tufan on the cutback. But I believe it's Ballard for Sunderland who manages to get the ball out. Which is there with Pritchard to Ekwa. Bellingham and now 09 charges it forwards in a Sunderland effort. Clark with it on the left-hand side. Doherty's there to stop him getting any further. So he has to pass it infield. Bellingham with it now. Bellingham charging forward. Slater and Doherty both standing off, both on yellow cards. Want to be careful what challenges they do put in, if they put in any. As Hull City do well to defend this effort from Sunderland. As they'll just look to repossess themselves into this attack here. With a few sloppy plays there from City. Clark just fouled there by Doherty. And that will be a very promising free kick area for Sunderland. No card given, rightfully so, of course, because Doherty being on a yellow card already. But it will be a free kick over on the far hand side. Pretty much in line with the edge of the 20-yard box. Lakilo pissing me off, move forward, stop passing back, no skill. No commitment. Get him off. Yeah. Possibly a few chances there that were quite negative in the Hull City attack. Certainly that last one there where Matty Jacobs was begging him to do something with it. Matty Jacobs, mind you, a Hull City youngster. A man who has played, 3-4 games competitively for Hull City senior team. Is getting the leg over Lakilo there. So Sunderland ready to take this free kick here. Pritchard to take. Pritchard seems to be their dead ball man, as he will be looking to swing this one in. He swings it in. It finds Ballard, and I believe Tufan is there to steer it behind. So Sunderland do have another chance here with a corner. So Pritchard will retake with another dead ball, this time coming from the corner flag on the same side as where the free kick just was. Excellent there from Tufan to stop anything coming from Ballard. But Pritchard this time. Hands up and he flies one into the area. Straight at Alsop. Alsop can only punch it away as far as Carvalho. Carvalho tries and scoops one to Lakilo. Doesn't quite work how he anticipated it to. So Clark regains the ball for Sunderland. And just plays one out wide towards Pritchard. Sunderland plays a little bit out of formation at the moment from the two set pieces, but they'll find themselves back into it with the possession that they're currently holding. Bellingham back to Ballard. Ballard to Ekwa. Ekwa back to Ballard. Ballard just steams past Tufan to charge upfield a bit more. Pritchard plays one out wide to Sealt. Sealt to Ballard. Ballard to 09. 09 looks to play one to Hume. Does so. Carvalho gets a little bit of it, so Sunderland have the advantage here. Balls with Clark. Doherty does well to get the right side of Clark to keep the ball from getting any further. And then from that, he wins the Hull City throw-in. Nice work there from Doherty. Where are you watching the match on? I'm watching it on Sky Sports, Nathaniel. We're on the Sky Sports main event. And somehow, it's still 0-0. 60 minutes gone here at the Stadium of Light. 0-0. Kyle to take the throw in here. Tufan chests it over towards Carvalho. Carvalho touches it down. And a push in the back there from Hume. Referee says nothing about it. And under the new referee guidelines, a push in the back, that is an automatic free kick. So Pritchard is then apparently fouled from Matty Jacobs there. Jacobs goes in, gets the ball, and somehow that ends up in a Pritchard free kick for Sunderland. It's just inside of the Hull City half, so they don't have too much attacking prowess from it. As Bellingham has to look to go behind with Tufan's pressure there. Thanking you. No worries, Nathaniel. No worries, my friend. As Clark is steaming down this left-hand side. Coyle just manages to thwart any shot, but Matty Jacobs deflects, and oh! What a big save from Ryan Alsop. Neil with the shot. And it was a cannoning shot, heading possibly for a top corner. We'll watch the replay here. Ball out from Matty Jacobs, finds Neil, heading straight maybe a little bit more centrally than top bins, but Alsop pulling out a flying save there to stop that going into the back of the net there from Neil. Or Hume, maybe, actually. I think it might be in Hume. But no matter. The word on that is Alsop pulled out a fantastic save. Sunderland's corner as a result of it. Just flies straight across to find Bellingham towards the back post. Ekwa trying to chipping ball in. Greaves hacks that one away. Only as far as... Matty Jacobs is fouled. No matter. Ballard fouls Matty Jacobs, giving him a push in the face. And... the partnership there of the two Hull lads, Greaves and Matty Jacobs. And yes, it was Hume with the effort for Sunderland, but Alsop says, nah. Alsop, fantastic work there once again. Billy Sharp ready to come on. He's ready. He's popping his water. He's popping his what's that called? Like active juice. I don't know what they're called. The pouches that the suck on, not the tobacco stuff. The like squeezy one. I don't know what it's called. The energy stuff. But Carvalho tries and plays a nice ball to Slater, but Sunderland will float it out, and then Carvalho gets a little bit too much of it, so Sunderland will have a free kick to reset themselves. They do take it quick, so not quite as much of a reset as they probably should have had. Here comes Billy. Here comes Billy indeed, Tim. Here comes Billy. Billy on for who, though? That's the question. Possibly Lakilo. Sending Tufan out onto the left. Not too sure. Or maybe for Tufan, just considering that he's on a yellow card. Wouldn't be too displeasuring of an effort. Clark chasing it down that left-hand side. Kyle does well. And Jones's diving header as the ball comes into the area does well. Tufan just pushed to the floor. Referee says get up. That is ridiculous. This is poor officiating once again. Tufan pushed to the floor and the referee just goes, get up, stop being a sod. But Bellingham here with the ball, tries a shot. And Regan Slater gets in the way of that effort from Bellingham. That's going to leave a little stinger of a mark on this cold evening at Stadium of Light. Clark into the area. And whoa. That could have gone anywhere, but luckily it went behind. Ooh. That was lucky. Clark gets past Coyle, gets in the ball into the area. And I believe that it was Hume with another effort that could have ended up in the back of the net. But instead it'll be sixth corner of the game for Sunderland. Still nil. No corners for Hull City. Pritchard to take once again. Sharp not being introduced so far. He is stripped and ready to go though. Ball into the area. Flies over everyone. Goes behind for a Hull City goal kick. This effort from Pritchard just had a bit too much height on it. It may have got a little bit of a touch on the way through from Ballard. I think it did, yeah. It just got a little glancing header from Ballard. Not enough to send it goalward, though. Is this the time for Billy Sharp? And it looks like it is. Ozan Tufan off. Billy Sharp on. Could Billy Sharp get the first goal of the game? I predicted it. I predicted Billy Sharp and then Carvalho in that 2-2 draw that I predicted. But Tufan off is the smart shout here. He's a key player, especially with the current injuries that we have going on. And we do not want to risk him with him being already on a yellow card. Billy Sharp on in the 66th minute. That will give him a nice run out. And this is how we're meant to be using him. As he is nearly called into action early on in the attacking department. Partnership of Billy Sharp and Fabio Carvalho, which we saw at the home game against Norwich. Didn't progress into too much. Obviously, Billy Sharp getting brought on quite early with the Connolly injury. But can we see what can happen here with Billy Sharp with fresh legs? Carvalho's mind for the game. But Clark will scoop one in towards the back post. Alsop does well to recover, so Sealt can't do anything at the back post there. Alsop will just slow things down a little bit. as he'll probably look to roll the ball towards Jones or Greaves. Russon is there to try and stop anything, but being heavily... it's been a very poor game for him. Poorest game on the pitch from anyone, I must say. Not had any of the ball, and when he has, not done anything with it. Seems like a lost man up top. So Bellingham with it now, shoots, and it's gone wide. I'm not sure if he got a Hull City touch on the way through. Alsop dived for it, but it was going well wide. We'll just watch this one again. Neal for Sunderland plays it to Bellingham. I don't think it did get a touch on the way through. But Bellingham once again. Oh, it did. Pritchard's taken the corner. 7th corner of the game for Sunderland. Nothing for Hull City. Just got to watch that we don't give anything away from these corners. 7 corners in. We've not given anything away so far. Hopefully this isn't the start of it. But it's Kyle once again with that header away. Tries and finds Lakilo, but Clark pushes Lakilo off, and he just lets Clark get the header. Once again, negative there from Lakilo. Shooting effort from Ekwa, and the Sunderland fans behind the goal are asking why has it ended up in them, not the back of the net on that one. As Sealt goes down in the box from that corner where Coyle headed it away. He was claiming for a penalty, but I mean Coyle literally didn't nothing for him to go down for. So another situation where Sunderland players are diving for fun. But Coyle is just down on the floor, holding his ankle here. Hopefully this isn't anything too worrying, considering that City are in a little bit of an injury crisis at the moment. Yeah, Clark just stamps on his ankle there because Clark is a massive prick. The more and more we play against Clark, the more and more I hate him, and he is going to be sort of like the next EFL talent to go to the Prem, and I'm hating even more and more and more. As Sunderland have a man stripped on the sidelines ready to go. Not quite sure who he is, without his number or name being shown yet. We'll find out when he gets introduced. But Sunderland lining up a change as Billy Sharp gets the ball here. Oh! Patterson diving over Billy Sharp. And Patterson's down clutching his stomach. And what's the verdict here on this one? Poorly done from the Sunderland defender. And Patterson diving over Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp is just about as much right as anyone to get in there. But I think the effort has gone Sunderland goalkeeper's way. Or it might have been gone for... It's gone for a Hull City corner. First corner of the game for Hull City. Sunderland have had 7. Hull City have had 1, and this is it. Tyler Mawson to swing it in. Swings it in. Greaves to Matty Jacobs. Matty Jacobs bobbling it around a bit. Jones has it again. Morton to swing it back in. He does so. Carvalho! Carvalho! Fabio! Carvalho! His first goal for Hull City! It's 1-0 in the Stadium of Light! I cannot believe it! Hull City are winning! What a goal! What a goal! Oh my lord! Fabio Carvalho! Take a bow, my friend! It's 1-0 Hull City. The link-up play between the 2 Liverpool loanees, Tyler Morton to Fabio Carvalho. And you're wondering, where has that been for City? 71 minutes gone, 1-0 to the Tigers. What a goal! And Hull City were winning a game. We might win a game. Oh my lord, a game that we probably shouldn't be winning at the moment considering the chances have been going Sunderland's way. Oh my word, Fabio Carvalho! Get in! Get in! Oh my lord. Fabio, you're breaking me, man. You're breaking me. Let's get this score changed. Let's get this score changed. I'm very sorry for everyone's ears. I'm very, very sorry. Oh my lord, you can tell that means a lot. You can tell that means a lot. 1-0 to the Tigers. Get in. Yes, come on, Benny. Benny, what a goal indeed. Wow, thank you, wow. Just come on. Russon has gone off for Sunderland. Semedo has come on just after that goal from Hull City. Wow, Josh, wow indeed. Come on indeed, Benny. Goal, Tim, yes. Finley UTT. Up the bloody Tigers indeed. Up the bloody Tigers. I mean, just trying to watch that we don't concede now and have that Carvalho effort thwarted. But Carvalho's first goal for the Tigers. And what a goal it could be come 18 minutes time. Come on indeed, Glimpse. Yes, Glimpse. Welcome everyone. Watch that link. I know the Liverpool link is fantastic, isn't it? And Carvalho doing well there on his defensive duties. Oh, as Sealt has the ball in the Hull City area. Lakilo, he's done defensive work. He's done defensive work and booted the ball forwards. I mean, it's not found anyone in a Tiger shirt, only just found O'Neill. But wow. I'm very sorry for everyone's ears, and I'm very sorry for my throat come tomorrow. Fabio Carvalho. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh. I'm in heaven. Oh lord. Oh, you never thought we'd be in this situation, did you? I predicted Fabio Carvalho to score. And you know what? This all comes from that Billy Sharp moment where we got the corner. The two transfers that we've made in this summer have pretty much bought us that goal. And both of them costing us nothing. Well, pretty much. I mean, it's a loan deal and a free transfer. Oh. That is what he brings, quality. Definitely been, Tim. Benny, best reaction I've ever seen. It'll be a YouTube shot come tomorrow. Don't you worry, my friend. Oh, Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I'm actually shaking. I'm shaking. I don't know if you can see that. I'm honest. I'm on cloud 9. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm honestly on cloud 9. Oh, my Lord. Wow. Wow. We're winning a game. We are currently winning a game. This is the first game that we've been leading this year. Other than like the Birmingham game in the FA Cup. I mean, in the league, in the competition that matters, this is this first game we've been leading this year. All the rest of the goals have been the last goal of the game, and it's been consolation goals. I must say, Sunderland are looking like they're trying to get the prowess together for another one. Clark's ball into the box is met by Billy Sharp, though. And Hull City will kick this clear. And what did I say? What did I say at half-time? This is the game that looks like Hull City could go and grab that cheeky 1 goal and just sit back for the remainder of the game and see ourselves grab 3 points. I have the tweets. I have the live stream to prove it. I've called this game. I've called it. Other than I said it was a 2-2 draw and Billy Sharp and both Carvalho were scoring and Billy Sharp was going to start. But I'm happy. I'm more happy than it being a 2-2 draw. I'll take the 3 points over the 1 because that puts us currently in playoff places. We're in the playoff places after having the second or third worst run of form in the league. only being like thwarted by like Blackburn and Huddersfield, who have drawn a few of the games that we've lost. If you're looking at sort of like if you're looking at the form chart, yeah, we're in sixth. In sixth, 42 points. Coventry sitting behind us on 40. Both and Sunderland sitting behind us on 40. Check me out, Ray, and it's going like the clappers. Oh, limbs in my bedroom on my own. Limbs here in my Hull City room on my own. Yeah, Benny, I've just slapped my bald nan's head. I was that excited. Oh. Glimpse, I'm surprised you aren't at the game. Got my prediction right. 1-0 Hull Carvalho. Way. You had school. Yeah, fair point. Oh. And Sunderland try an effort. I think it was from the Semedo, the substitute. Just tries an effort from probably about 30, 40 yards out. Not going to trouble Alsop that one, and Alsop will have it in his hands for a few moments. As he pushes everyone forwards for City, just a time waste a little bit. And I won't be surprised if it's not too long before Alsop gets a yellow card for time wasting. Sunderland are going to make 2 changes here. They're stripped and ready. That will be Pembele and Barr. So Sunderland possibly looking to get a reaction from this one from their own players. 12 minutes to go. Carvalho currently on the ball. I mean, another goal, and I'll be beyond cloud 9. I'll be beyond cloud 9. Now he's joking. I said 4-1. Sunderland Carvalho to score first. I didn't back Hull. Yeah, I don't think anyone. Not even I did. I mean, I was predicting a draw. Oh wow. And if we do win, I think this is the first time that we've beat Sunderland in the league since you must be looking back towards like the Steve Bruce era, which I mean, what, like 2013, 2012 maybe? Wow. But Sunderland just do have a free kick here. And I think Clark's going off. Clark, who's had a bit of a nightmare this game. Just pulled down there by Coyle. So Sunderland do have a free kick. Over on that left-hand side, in line with the penalty area, at the edge of the 20-yard box. Sorry, Pritchard to take. And Clark might not be going off. Lord. Everyone back to defend this one from City. Pritchard to swing it in. Finds Coyle's head. And Coyle goes down, just clutching his head a bit. Gets back up to his feet to try and help defend. And bobbles around a little bit before a slicing effort from Neil sends it high and wide. Just need to keep them out now. Hopefully we get the 3 points. I mean, we've kept them out for 80 minutes so far. What's another 10? Pritchard looks like their best player in this game by I can't even speak. Look what you're doing to my voice, Carvalho. Look what you're doing to my voice. And it'll be Ekwa and Sealt will come off for Barr and Pembele. But yeah, I do think Pritchard's been their best player so far. Certainly added something to their squad. Yeah, Clark's been kept quiet. You see what happens if we play Coyle for the full 90. Clark is kept quiet. Lovely. Half this team played in League One for us. Let's go through it. Coyle did. Jones, Greaves. Matty Jacob, I don't know. Matty Jacob didn't, but he was with us in the academy. Doherty. Slater. 5 out of the 11. Yeah. With Matty Jacobs being like a loose one. Loose one to say that he kind of did. I mean, he's only just been given his senior debut for Hull City. what, 19 days ago. Played every game bar the FA Cup replay since then. Started everyone except the FA Cup replay since then as well. Oh, chopping into the area. Alsop does well to get a hand to it to send it out for a Hull City corner. Sunderland's corner, sorry. And the story of this game has been the corners, I must say. What, like 9 corners now for Sunderland? 1 for Hull City, and that one was the only one that mattered because it was the one that Carvalho scored from. And Alsop being a real good, solid block for Hull City. Referee just giving him a yellow card. Not 100% sure what for, though. Not 100% what that yellow card was for. And Fabio Carvalho coming off. We'll give him a standing ovation. Sean McLaughlin coming on for Fabio Carvalho. And we'll give him a standing ovation. The goal scorer, the Liverpool loanee, and the man I'll be dreaming about for the next 5 weeks. Fabio Carvalho. And Sean McLaughlin on, as we can presume Hull City are going to be defending these last 7 minutes with their lives. There's a diving header there from Billy Sharp, maybe? Yeah, diving header from Billy Sharp at the front post from that corner that Sunderland just took. Pritchard taking it as is. Sunderland throw in to their back line. I believe it was from Barr to Hume. And they'll just pass it between their back line as Hull City are happily to sit deep into this one for the next 7.5 minutes plus whatever additional is to play. As Sunderland try and dance past Regan Slater here. And play it infield towards Pritchard. Pritchard looking for a 1-2 there with Barr. Barr doesn't read it, so Hull City can defend that one easily. And the ball will run out for a Sunderland throw-in, pretty much in front of Rosinia here, with Ballard playing it to 09. 09 towards Neil. Neil there towards Bellingham. Bellingham, who I must have said, has been very quiet since Hull have scored. I mean, a lot of the Sunderland attack have been coming down that left-hand side since Hull scored. Bellingham's not had too much of it, but Bellingham does have it now. Plays 1-2 with Pritchard, but that 1-2 bounces far away from him. And Greaves as well to get a chopping challenge in there to go behind for a Sunderland corner. Another Sunderland corner. Good coaching. Big Sean. Big Sean indeed. Oh, no, it's a goal kick, actually. I don't think Greaves got anything on it. So it's a Sunderland, a Hull City goal kick. Oh, and what a time it is. It's been a shocking December and January so far. I mean, this is the last game of January for the Tigers. So what a way to sort of end it, if we can keep it out for the next 5 minutes. I don't want to speak too early. Because obviously we do have Philogene back for the Millwall game, which is our next game. And he'll be happy to come back with the 3 points, possibly here at the Stadium of Light. And it seems like 3 points that were only destined in the wildest of dreams before this game. Because I've been searching far and wide for someone that was genuinely serious about a Hull City win before this game. But right now, it seems that is the only thing that's on the cards. Sunderland try one into the area. Jones snuffs it out behind for a Sunderland corner. I'm happy with this as long as Sunderland don't score. 4.5 minutes worth of regular time. Pritchard to take a corner. Must be like the 11th or 12th corner of this game for Sunderland. Please, can we keep the lead? I hope so, Glimpse. I hope so. Everyone will be back for Hull City defending this one. It's a ball swinging from Pritchard. Finds the head of Jones. Jones just skims it behind. Doherty trying to charge this one out. Fair play to Doherty, who's been playing the full 86 minutes so far. And looks to be playing the full 90. And he's been doing a fantastic job in his first start this season in the league for the Tigers. So Mike Jacobs just watched that one there for Sunderland. Another corner. And Morton unhappy about the shirt pulling from Ballard of Sunderland. We need to keep clean sheet mentality. I mean, yeah, a win is one thing, but a clean sheet is a completely different thing with this current form that we're in. Pritchard to take. Swings in. Finds a Sunderland head and bobbles around a bit, but Alsop's down. Whew. Alsop's down, has 2 hands on it. And that is fine. That is fine. Pritchard swings one in, finds the head of Ballard, who I probably would say has been Sunderland's second best player this game. He's provided attacking wise and defendingly. And Alsop was down easily to grab that one. Don't mind it whatsoever. And Alsop just taking a moment to recompose himself here. I think he may have got a bang on the head. And Alias Manesh coming on here. Lakilo off. I mean, it's only, 87 minutes before I probably should have come off. But Alias Manesh is on. Possibly to try and help run some havoc attacking-wise. And then also, we know he can do a job defensively. Lakilo getting handshakes and high-fives from the Hull City bench. Ball fired long from Alsop. Just nodded back. And Sunderland are running around after the ball to help Hull City try and speed up the regain of play. As Kyle will take this throw in on the far end side. Rosina's just telling players to do their worst to slow it down. As Kyle fires one long over Billy Sharp's head, and this will end up back with Patterson in goal for Sunderland. Just hits Billy Sharp as it's fired out, so Alias Manesh can try and grab that one. Goes out for a Sunderland free kick. As I think maybe Alias Manesh got a touch on the Sunderland player. But yeah. Yellow card just given out there from the referee. I think it was given to Matty Jacobs for the sort of like running away with the ball from the free kick, but it is what it is. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't grab 11 yellow cards by the end of this game. To just literally 1 minute now, 1 minute to go plus additional. We can only presume maybe 1-2 minutes of additional. That's all we've got to see out, City. That is all we've got to see out. So nerve-wracking indeed, Glimpse. Sunderland whip one into the area. Man free in the area. But Regan Slater does well to grab the ball and fires it out. And yeah, Mike Jacobs did get the yellow card just for the clarification on the screen now. As Sunderland trying to pressure forwards with this one. Alias Manesh does well to get it out as Sunderland will have a throw-in on the near-hand side. There's a stray boot on the field. It comes off the foot of a Sunderland player. As he just slides that back on. As Sunderland will get underway no matter. Because they're pressing on for something here. Hopefully City can see them out. Mere seconds left of the full 90. Sunderland still in possession. A ball swinging in. And I believe that was McLaughlin with the strong header away. Billy Sharp with the ball now. Sharp will just run around with it. And hoof it. 5 minutes! 5 minutes extra time! Are you joking? Come on, City. Come on, boys. Come on. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to go here at the Stadium of Light. Hull City 1, Sunderland 0. This could be our first win since, I believe, the 28th of December. 29th of December, maybe, whenever that Blackburn game was. Alsop with the ball in his hands. High fives off Matty Jacobs as Sunderland try another ball over the top, but nothing as of it. Hull City trying for a win. And as Colin has just said, this would be the most important win of our season. Certainly. This will probably be the defining win of the season come when everything has been said and done at the end of April, beginning of May. Whatever the state the club is in at that point, whether it's playoffs, whether it's more, whether it's less, this game will state that. A game where clearly we're the underdogs. I can't remember who said it at the start. I think it was Benny or someone. I apologise if I've said incorrectly, but someone said that it was the underdogs coming into this game. We were, and we've rose to the challenge. On Sky as well. On telly. And Fabio Carvalho picks up the Sky Sports man of the match. As the camera just zooms on his face as Patterson gets underway for Sunderland in the goal. 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes remaining. That is all. That is all before it's Party Central here at the Hull City Fan Central. before it's party central across Hull and in a very small corner of Sunderland. As Hull City have 12 men behind the ball right now. Billy Sharp doing well to run this one down. Coyle joining in. Clark with the ball. And once again, Clark is firmly in Louis Coyle's pocket. I'm so nervous. I think we all are, Glimpse. I think we all are. As Sunderland have a corner. Oh my lord. Oh my lord indeed. If we can keep this for the next 2.5 minutes, it will be a refreshing reaction video after the game for this. The negativity will be out the window as Sunderland send the goalkeeper up for this corner. I mean, they've got 2.5 minutes as Hull City gained the possession from this. This could possibly be 2-0 here, but Sunderland try ball into the area. Patterson trying to run back from this as Alias Simonesh try and picks it up. Just cannot do it as he's pushed in the face. And Hull City have a free kick here. And a yellow card for Jack Clark. Woo! Woo! Longest 5 minutes of our lives. Definitely, Colin. Definitely. But the time will tick down with this here. Hull City to take a free kick in our half. And a yellow card on Jack Clark. He just slaps Simonesh in the face. Simonesh still down on the floor. Time wasting. But it don't matter because the referee is still sorting out the officiating with the yellow card. Simonesh back to his feet and definitely got a red mark on his face. So Clark went in with some vengeance there. And I presume that is just due to the fact that he's been in Coyle and Doherty's pocket for the entire game. Literally had 2 moments where he can roam free. And Sunderland fans are quickly pouring out of the stadium. No faith in their squad. As the ball's hoofed forward from Alsop. Finds the Sunderland head. Tracking upfield with Sunderland, but a sliding effort there from, it was either Doherty or McLaughlin or Slater. I didn't see it was too quick, but sliding effort from whoever it was in an amber shirt. 40 seconds remaining at the Stadium of Light. Please, 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 are the shouts in the chat. As Alias Simonesh has the ball, he's charging forwards, and he just dispossessed there from Neil. Neil charging forwards now, passes it to Pritchard. Pritchard out wide to Clark. Clark with the ball now for Sunderland. Coyle there. Coyle. Oh, and he passes Coyle there into the area. And it goes behind for a Sunderland corner. And this will be the last kick of the game. This will be the last moment in this championship fixture. Clark getting a corner for Sunderland. Patterson up once again. As the clock just ticking over the 95th minute mark. And Sunderland with this last corner. Swung in from Patterson. Finds the head of a Sunderland player. Matty Jacobs trying and heads it clear. Alias Simonesh is in attention. Matty Jacobs there nods it clear. And it's it! That's it! Full time at the Stadium of Light! 1-0 Hull City! Get in! What a game! Hull City win the first game since like the 28th, 29th of December when we played Blackburn with that narrowing 3-2 win from Alfie Jones. And Fabio Carvalho, the brand new man in a City shirt, does it here at the Stadium of Light. Our first win over Liverpool, not Liverpool, that's where Carvalho came from. Our first win over Sunderland in the league since what must be for about 10 years now. Oh, what a win. What a win. I apologise for everyone's ears. Oh. And Rosina's still having a go at the referee despite we've won. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. We've done it. We've done it, everyone. We've won. We've won. We've won. Get in. Get in. Get in. We've won a game. After the worst run of form that we've had under Rosinia, Carvalho has done it. Carvalho won us the game. The man Rosinia brought in. And we did it without too many subs. 3 substitutions. Tufan, Carvalho, Lakilo came off. McLaughlin, Aliar and Billy came on. That was a fantastically managed game. The fans in the away end are going mental. I mean, I'm going mental. Yes! Sunderland get battered everywhere they go. Sunderland get battered everywhere they go. 1-0 at home. Oh, what a game. Oh my God. In Liam we trust. In Liam I do more than trust. On the 2-year anniversary of Adjan's takeover of the club as well. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh. I can't believe it. We've actually won. We've actually won. 1-0 against Sunderland. Rosina tapping his heart. And he's up there. He looks like he's on the verge of tears. But those will be happy tears, I'm sure. Or it might have just been the cold wind getting to his eyes. Sunderland fans with the Reds down, walking out the stadium. Hull City still chanting there in full voice. Can't believe it. Kiss the badge. First time since 2014, is it? We've beaten Sunderland in the league. Wow. Wow. We're in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. Let me just tell you our run that we've just had. So, we'll just do the league. We won't bother about the FA Cup. Loss. 29th of December we won. Loss. Sorry, win. Loss. I'm miscounting now. Loss. Yeah. So since the start of December, lost 6, won 3. Until today. And looking at our next 4 games, as we were talking about earlier, we could possibly grab 15 points from 15 here. We're only 3 points off West Brom. Of course, they do have a game in hand. Oh, Lord. Take the shirt off. Not quite. If we get promoted, I might get the whoosh. But not quite. Not for a 1-0 win over Sunderland. No, not for a 1-0 win over Sunderland. That's with ease. Oh, my Lord. Right. Well, I've got to go and record my reaction video. As Carvalho's just been handed the Player of the Match award by Coyle. I'm getting heart palpitations. Oh, my Lord. Right. Thank you very much to everyone who's joined during the live stream. Everyone who's come in. Everyone who's stayed. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone who's commenting. Everything. Thank you to all the subscribers. Everything. I mean, mental. I'll have a reaction video out within the next hour. And then beyond that, I'll have Hull City updates. My next live stream will probably be the deadline day. But yeah. Up the Tigers, everyone. Have a lovely weekend.